You know how you're always saying that I'm going to die petting something that I shouldn't be petting,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. That's how you're going to die 100%.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than later. I came home with 6 feral kittens the other day.
6?
6 feral kittens, and they are spicy.
Where did you find 6 feral kittens? Like, I'm just picturing you finding them like on the road or something.
So it started as a group of 14 feral kittens.
Uh-huh.
No. They come from the Humane Society, though, because I work a lot with the Humane Society.
Yeah.
Fostering kittens and everything.
Yeah.
So somebody just brought them in. 14 feral kittens, 3 different litters of kittens.
Now, you say 14. I'm assuming the other ones went somewhere else.
Yep.
Okay.
They had 8 that went to another foster home and 6 that came with me.
Okay. All right. I still don't know how you do that shit. Like, I don't know how you foster because I'm such a softie. We talked about this off air a little bit about me being a softie, and it's the truth. I just couldn't.
He's a pussy.
I am what I eat.
Okay.
Whatever.
Oh.
Don't set me up. Don't set me up like that.
We were talking about crabs earlier.
I know. We totally were.
Yeah.
Welcome to Weird Wide, everybody. We are your favorite weirdos. I am JD Ross, and I am with Bethany Marshall and Ashley Shue. Everybody, say hi. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Ashley, you're forgetting again that we are also a
hi.
There was a wave for everybody who wasn't
Yeah, double fisted.
All right, so we're talking about kittens up top. I like it. I love me some kittens.
So many kittens.
All the kittens.
All the
for
kittens.
Justin.
All the kittens. I love it. I love it. But we are not talking about kittens today. We're going to be, it's kind of appropriate because I feel like we're all really fucking sleepy all the time. So this is kind of a perfect subject today. Today we are talking about sleep paralysis and the paranormal implications that are involved with it.
The sleep paralysis demons.
The sleep paralysis demons. I think we're going to get into some alien territory. We're going to get
Dude, the Hat Man is what gets me. I
don't like the Hat Man.
No.
Even talking about the Hat Man makes like the goose flesh go up, and it's just not. No.
Yep.
No.
Can I just point out the fact that she called it goose flesh?
Goose flesh. I like that.
Never heard of goose flesh.
Oh,
like
no?
it.
Oh, okay.
No.
Huh.
I like it a lot.
I do. It seems to fit the cannibalistic nature that we sometimes end up at. Because it's not just like it's goose flesh.
But I have too many tattoos. Cannibalism is not.
That's true. You are
Dahmer would not eat me.
No, but you know what? That's just Dahmer. There might be some.
They might like the tang.
Yeah,
that's right.
like different tastes. You know,
That's
different
right.
strokes for different folks is what they say.
Exactly.
I thought I was safe. So thanks for bringing me down.
Maybe not. Just don't find the wrong cannibal. Just make sure you find. Just
find a Dahmer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be looking for him.
But before we get into that, we got a couple announcements. Then we got a little bit of weird news for you. One thing I do want to give a little bit of a shout out. We always try to do a little shout out. This time I got to give a shout out to our friend Liz. Liz helped us out with a lot of the research. Bethany's doing the heart thing again. I can't do it. I'm not doing your bullshit.
I'm gonna do it every episode just to trigger you.
I do it. I'm doing it.
I'm more into this face. Justin will know what it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Fish face with the peace sign sideways.
Little disgusting inside joke.
Yeah. I mean, my 13-year-old took a naked selfie and sent it to her boyfriend like that. So now in every family photo, just to be a dick, this is me. To embarrass her over and over and over again.
Good. Make sure she doesn't do it again.
I'm that parent. I'm that
good.
Parent.
None of this gentle parenting bullshit.
No. We don't do time out over here. It's public humiliation.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn about yourself today. I love it. One other announcement. Weird Wide is officially partnered up with Dubby Energy. We've been kind of sitting on this for a minute. We wanted to try it first. We finally got to try it. It's actually really good stuff.
It's so so good.
Delicious. So if you're into that, all that, I think it's all starting to take off, like the G Fuel and all that other shit, where it's like the powdered energy. It's the same thing. It's supposed to be cleaner energy. There's no dye in it. And if you go to W and you use our code Weirdo1, you're gonna get 10% off.
And it tastes. I am an energy drink snob.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff,
as we learned on the European Adventure episode.
Yeah. It tastes so good. The watermelon flavor tastes like Jolly Rancher. Absolutely my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
There was the white peach flavor.
That peach one was stupid good.
Tastes like summer.
Yeah. And you know what I've been doing? I know. Yeah. Ashley didn't get to try it yet. I thought about, like, I had some this afternoon and I thought about coming over to share it, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah, that's real cute.
It's so messed up.
I gotta say, I ordered some of the Hydro Boost stuff. Delicious. I did that in the morning. It was like the strawberry banana flavor, and like it got me all extra hydrated and shit. I've been peeing like a racehorse all fucking day.
Or is that
That's how you know
just
it's
like
working.
is like it's not energy related. It's
No. That's like the caffeine
extra.
free. Yeah, it's like the caffeine.
Oh,
free.
see, now I'd be more into that.
You would like that one.
The energy drink stuff, man, that messes me up.
Yeah, you know what? I'll bring in tomorrow. I mean, obviously it's not going to matter for the episode, but I'll bring in tomorrow. I'll bring in some of the Hydro stuff for you to try. You're going to dig it.
Fast forward, it was delicious.
That's right. We are coming at you all over the space-time continuum. So
I'm really excited to try. They have a sour gummy worm flavor of the energy drink. I'm so excited to try it.
Yeah, that one is a must. It looks delicious.
Yeah,
it looks absolutely delicious. So again, that's going to be promo code Weirdo1. Use that. You're going to get 10% off of that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, so let's get into some weird news. Bethany, start us off. You said you got 2 stories.
I got 2 good ones.
Nice. So you take us off with one, and Ashley's got a little bit of a, I don't know if it's like as much of a continuation of one of our big ones from the weird news story or weird news roundup we just did, but it's a good one. It's wild.
It's homeward bound, man.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
You should be, honestly. This is this is a little insane.
Yeah.
So my first one comes out of Zimbabwe.
Ooh.
Where now I'm gonna have to look at my paper because the town names.
Oh yeah.
The one, the area, the district names, I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So the Gwambe police claim that they are being harassed by female goblins.
Why female goblins?
I'm not sure.
That's very specific.
It was very specific.
Well, aren't they like anti-female over there though?
I think in a lot of those parts of the world, it is still pretty anti-lady. It's not.
Yeah, it depends on
good.
where. It
So I guess because it's like something bad now, it has to be a woman doing it.
Yeah.
Also, might have something to do with the form of harassment.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because they're harassing their bodies.
Okay.
If you pick up what I'm putting down.
We're not like a PG show. You could just say
yeah. They're touching their no bits.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, how do they know? How do they know?
Yeah, it could be a gay goblin.
It is June.
That is true.
Happy Pride, by the way.
Happy Pride, by the way.
A little bit gay in Pride Month.
Exactly.
Or if you watch porn, everybody's a little bit gay. Ron White said so.
That's true. Ron White can prove it.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where they had Plumtree was one of the districts. They're the ones that had, I guess, the police down in this other district that I cannot pronounce the name.
Yeah.
And they pulled them for the police's safety, said it's too much of a risk, and they're trying to find other accommodations.
Who else are they going to throw in there?
Yeah.
Who are they going to sacrifice to the lady?
The lady goblins.
Maybe they got some good like male goblins, and everybody can just keep busy down there.
It sounds like a load of shit.
It sounds like they're probably just covering up for something like very normal, and they're just like, no, that's lady goblins.
We got too much dick sucking over here. We got to cover it up with something.
Clearly,
it's goblins. It's goblins.
Goddamn
and they're
goblins.
female. They're female.
They're female. Yeah, that might be it. female. They're definitely female.
So
They're
dumb.
saying that it might be something pretty mundane, but they're using like essentially their culture, their own sort of culture to justify it because they don't have like full on justification as to what it is.
Right. So they're just going to go with their cultural bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
It sounds,
it sounds like some, white people shit with it being ghosts.
It does sound like some white people shit with it being ghosts.
Yeah.
We would do that. We would.
Yeah.
Do that.
Oh God. We do it all the time.
I mean, we wouldn't say, oh, it has to be a lady ghost because it's touching my giblets.
Again, though, that depends on where you're at.
Well, that is also true.
You go far enough south, they're going to start blaming it all on the ladies.
Hey, whoa. Really?
I'm not blaming the ladies.
Yeah, right.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Exactly. Like, Ashley, take us into the continuation story here. Tell us what's going on. And it's in a little bit in our backyard too.
It is. It's a little further north from us, the great state of Pennsylvania. Erie, Pennsylvania, to be exact.
A lot of weird shit going on
years
in
ago.
that town.
We talked about the gas pump in the ass.
Oh no, I had a feeling that one.
So evidently, what is it, about 4 years ago?
It was 2018.
2018. Okay.
Yeah.
A lady just got a little too high on her meth, ran across the road to the gas station, put the gas pump in her ass, and pumped the gas.
Which means that she had
to her butt and died.
She had to literally swipe.
Yeah, she had to swipe, or maybe she scanned her Sheets card and went ahead and started pumping. I don't know.
These are the problems they don't tell you about with the tap to pay shit.
Yes, she could have tapped to pay. We don't know. She put it in her butt, pumped the gas while screaming, "Oh, this feels so good."
That's the most twisted part.
Like it was great. Like she was having an orgasmic experience and then died.
Yeah.
At least she died happy.
That's true. Like, it's almost like, was this how she wanted to go out? I support anyone going out the way they want to.
I think the meth told her that's the way she wanted to go out.
Yeah, the meth's going to do that. It's going to tell you some things you shouldn't listen to.
So technically, she died from the
toxins getting into her bloodstream.
Toxins. Yeah. But she could have easily OD'd too.
No, I'm thinking it was the gasoline because, like, I think, like, that whole thing if, like, you shove.
Well, I mean, if the gasoline wouldn't have gotten her first,
right? But
she could have OD'd.
Can you actually OD on meth? That's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you can.
If not, you're not going to have any teeth. I mean, one
that's
way or the
true.
other.
I've seen a couple of those situations, but like like the whole thing about like pouring gasoline up your ass to get drunker.
You mean alcohol?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe that's what she was going for.
Oh shit! She got it mixed up.
Or like the coffee enemas.
Yeah,
I've
heard about the coffee enemas, and like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm so tired. Like, does it help?
It's like, is this a better way to do it? Like,
my sister also informed me that there was also another death. Don't know where it was, but it was from pumping air into their ass.
Now that
it actually exploded them.
So they basically like did like they were like a pigeon that eats an Alka-Seltzer.
Yes.
Why would you do that to yourself?
But like, I went more with the gas pump one because, like, come the fuck on. Like,
well, the fact that she was, and again, I still have to ask.
And nobody did anything. They were just like, let her go.
You said that when you told me about that story
do anything.
Earlier. What would you do?
I don't know. I'd at least be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
There are, for the most part, 2 times when I'm pumping gas. It's either early in the morning when I'm on my way to work or in the evening when I'm on my way home from work. Either way, I'm not entirely all the way there. I'm a little fuzzy looking around. If I saw some meth head come running up, I'm just listening to the Sheets
about
fucking.
How good it is.
Yeah, I'm just listening to the Sheets radio shit, and this crazy bitch comes up and shoves a gas pump up her ass and starts talking about how I'm just gonna be like, you're not gonna have time to react. I wouldn't.
Imagine that being like on the way to work.
Exactly.
First thing in the morning, you're still waiting for your coffee to cool down.
somebody should have intervened somewhere
Yeah.
before it got to the point where she was dead.
But again, like no, I mean yeah, you're like the processing time.
I'm all for survival of the fittest, though. So
I mean, look, I'm all about.
If you're gonna do that to yourself, then deuces.
I'm pro drug, but like I feel like who even starts meth, let alone forms a habit.
Yeah.
No comment.
No comment. I mean, like, oh, what?
This guy died.
I sure do like my math.
I may or may not have experimented with a lot of things in my teenage years.
Okay,
I'll just say that. I get it.
Well, yeah, I'm with a man that has experimented with just about anything under the sun, who also had to get his sinus cavity cleaned out due to all the drugs that he has partaken in.
Wow.
So,
I'm over here like just reefer for me, guys.
Yeah. And here I was the goody good, if you ask his mother.
Yeah.
Damn,
but yeah, you were the
Ashley is the goody two shoes.
You were the high bar?
Yeah. Believe it or not.
Damn.
Hey man. I did pretty good for myself.
No, I'm fucking with you.
My mommy's proud of me, damn it.
My mommy says the same thing to me too.
I know, she lies.
Damn.
Oh, all right, Bethany, close us out. What's the last story we got with that?
So this one is out of Lexington, Kentucky, which
great start.
Yeah. So this man named Aaron Thiel was
we got a name.
We do.
We don't have a name because the other one was unidentified.
Nameless, yes.
So this one, he was out in the woods somewhere, like 2 miles down off the beaten path or something. And he finds very large footprints, 5 toes. He said it was about a size 12 and deeply indented in the mud. He said that I think he was 6'6" and 300 pounds.
The guy, Nathan Thiel.
Aaron
Thiel.
He was big dude. He's a big dude.
So he's a big guy.
Yeah.
He said that these were so indented compared to his own footprints.
Yeah.
That it had to have been something massive making it. And he said that they looked like fresh prints. They didn't have any like collection of water or you know what I mean?
Yeah, all the signs that it would have been there a while. So so he was near a Yeti.
Yeah, that's what it's looking
like. Or
a
sumo wrestler.
Or a barefoot sumo wrestler 2 miles out in the woods.
I do love the idea of a barefoot sumo wrestler just being loose in Kentucky.
Right.
You don't
know. The pictures on Facebook. Pretty interesting pictures.
Okay.
For sure. I'm
gonna need you to send those to me so we can put those on the socials.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I will. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. You gotta think more like about the socials more.
I know.
Way to go.
I struggle with remembering that stuff. Like
dropping the ball.
Listen, he's all over me about that crap too. So
I am. I got to teach her how to do a fucking selfie too.
Oh, the selfies.
Selfies are shit.
You know what?
I hate taking selfies.
I do not do that.
You're both gonna learn.
I'm getting better at it. I even remembered one time all by myself.
You did. I didn't even have to remind you.
No,
but then I forgot like 2 weeks in a row.
No, it's gonna be habitual.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's fair. So we got a possible Bigfoot loose in Kentucky.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I dig it.
Isn't that the main thoroughfare for them anyway?
That's one of the main spots. Yeah.
Yeah. They like Tennessee. Yeah. I know Tennessee's seen a lot of them. Where was the famous one? What is it? The Patterson film? You know, the really famous one.
Oh, yeah, the one that looks like a ghillie suit.
Yeah.
The Pacific Northwest.
So that was way
Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a coffee girly.
There's also a lot of claims out of Alaska. So Alaska and like the Yukon area.
Yeah. Now, at what point does it?
I could get behind that.
At what point does it go from a Sasquatch to an abominable snowman, though? Like, at what point?
I feel like the colder it is,
the colder it is, the more closer it's going to be a Yeti.
I mean, think about a fox. Like, we don't have white foxes around here
unless
they're albino, but you see white foxes like north all the time.
So we're talking about evolution.
Yeah.
I feel like
Makes
the
sense.
abominable snowmen are all in the Alps, the Swiss Alps.
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
They're a
that
little
is
fancy.
more of a thing over there,
Yeah.
like the verbiage.
Yeah.
wise, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it. I dig it.
Oh,
But that doesn't mean that Alaska can't have one.
I think
That's
Alaska, I think they should have one.
Alaska's got a lot of weird stuff.
Alaska's a weird fucking place to begin with.
I mean, think about it. You got a
Mm.
helicopter in places to
Yeah.
even go to the grocery store or
Yeah.
something. It's
There's
just wild.
literally some places there where like it's just going to be like randomly for a month. It's just going to stay dark.
Yeah.
Oh.
30
As somebody-
days of night.
Hell yeah, dude.
As somebody who's afraid of the dark, that sounds terrible.
I know you haven't seen it because you don't see movies, but like you should see 30 Days of Night because it's Josh
Dude, if you
Hartnett.
want to be
I've seen
afraid.
it.
What?
Oh
I've seen that
my.
one.
Oh
Yep.
shit! Oh shit! Is it because Hartnett was in it?
No, I didn't like him.
Oh,
Yeah, he was like, he's so pretty, and I'm like,
he was pretty, but he was bad.
I'm not
The
convinced.
Faculty.
The Faculty, fucking
I
rule.
love-
Hell yeah!
That's a good one.
All right, so that's been our weird news. So let's get into the main topic. We're going to be talking about. First of all, we're going to be talking about the phenomenon of sleep paralysis to start. Go into a little bit of that, and then we're going to get into the paranormal stuff. So, who wants to take us into actual sleep paralysis here?
I have more issues. I have more stuff on like actual like cryptid studies and shadow people
Gotcha. Okay.
over the actual paralysis part.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
I
then-
just have like the side piece, if you will.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'll take us into that part then. So, sleep paralysis is a really fucked up phenomenon that I'm honestly glad that I've never dealt with personally.
Lucky.
I know at least. Have you dealt with it?
I deal with it all the time.
Oh Jesus! That freaks me
I
out.
said he's had it happen to him twice, but I only have the whole like you're laying there and you're like, oh, and you feel like you fell.
That happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
And that's because I have sleep apnea. I'm pretty sure. That's just me waking myself up from not breathing, which is probably not good. But
Yeah.
I'm just not smart.
well, that happens too. But the phenomenon of waking up being basically fully conscious but not being able to move.
It's
Not okay.
terrible. It's honestly, it happens to me quite a bit.
Yeah?
I can hear everything that's happening around me,
Yeah.
and I'm completely conscious.
Yeah.
I can't move. I like every time I try to like yell for somebody to wake me up all the way, I can't even yell. Like it's crazy and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And I don't even deal with some of the stuff that other people deal with it. It's literally just the sleep paralysis.
I'd
and you
consider
don't
yourself
see
lucky with
anything.
that.
Yeah.
So you don't like get any like vibes, or do you, I know some people were saying they like see colors, or
I see essentially my surroundings,
Mhm.
even though I'm not like looking around in my head, like I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I see it
Yeah.
in my head.
Kind of more mind's
And-
eye.
Yeah. And I can hear stuff that's going on around me. If like the TV's on, it usually only happens during like a daytime nap and
Yeah.
not overnight. So it's usually like active. People are walking around talking to each other and everything. But it's rough. And it
Yeah.
probably happens to me. Sometimes it happens multiple times a week.
Oh my God.
But it probably happens to me at least 3 or 4 times a month.
Jesus.
I know they did say that most people that experience it, if they think about it, it tends to happen more often.
I think that's true.
Yeah, like that was like the general consensus in a couple of things that I watched. It's
Yeah.
like they would go months without it, and then like they talk to somebody about it or joke about it or
Something
say
would
something,
like put it into their
and then
into their mind.
and then
Yeah.
they would say you could guarantee that night it was going to happen.
Wow. So
Yeah.
And it would happen.
maybe a little bit of psychosomatic action. So like honestly, I
Yeah.
wonder if like Bethany, I wonder if you'll have it tonight. Does it ever
I don't
happen
know.
during the overnight or is it only
I don't think it's ever happened overnight.
Yeah.
I think it's only really happened if I like fall asleep for a couple hours during
Yeah.
the day.
Okay.
Wow.
Because it hits like this weird, like you're awake, but not all the way.
Yeah.
It's the best way that I can describe it. You're like coming out of sleep, but you're not getting past this really important step.
Which I think is like, I think like the REM sleep, from what I could tell, doing the research, like trying to wrap my head around it, because obviously I'm not a fucking sleep doctor, but like the REM sleep is kind of one of the more important parts of it, because like you have to hit the REM sleep first, which your mind is like the most active during.
Yeah.
And
that's when you have dreams, and that's where all that stuff
that's
comes
where all
from.
that comes from. So like if there's something that like that throws you off during that period, then it's gonna
which
fucked up shit.
That could absolutely explain why it only happens when I'm taking naps instead of when I'm sleeping at night, because it's a lot shorter of a time period.
Yeah.
So I might not be hitting all of those sleep cycles that are.
You might even be
and
like,
maybe,
yeah, like you might even be feeling it, like not even realize it's happening, just like totally like unconscious, but not being able to move or something.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's why they say not to wake sleepwalkers. You know, like something similar, you know, because then they'd have the paralysis style stuff, like crazy stuff.
That's actually a myth. Generally, if you feel like that the sleepwalker is going to like hurt themselves or something, it is okay to wake them up.
Yeah.
I heard be careful because, you know, they could react a little bit negatively.
Well, because I mean, it's like they're disoriented, they don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like I'm in the fucking kitchen for some reason.
I also wonder if like sleepwalking and sleep paralysis kind of have something to do with each other, because I do sleepwalk.
I don't know if I do anymore, but I definitely have. Like Trina still married me after like a bunch of sleepwalking episodes early in our relationship when she first moved in. Like the first time, it was like the first week we'd been living together, and like I'm just up walking around in the kitchen, totally asleep, and she's following me, like trying to see what's going on, and I apparently slammed the door in her face going back to bed. And then we come back from a Scottish festival one time, and like I get out of bed and I'm just like meandering around the bedroom, and she's like, what's going on? And I like sit down, sitting up, and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm Scottish. I have to fucking sleep like this. They don't sleep lying down, because I had learned that day that the Scottish don't actually sleep laying down, or they didn't back in the day. They like would sit up. Only lay down when you sleep, laddie.
I'm Scottish.
I have to do this. I'm Scottish.
I can say the weirdest thing that I had happen was my ex-husband. He would snore so bad.
Yeah.
And I tried to wake him up, but was like, hey, you know, like I can't sleep like this. And I kept bumping him and bumping him and bumping him and bumping him. And eventually he rolled over, looked me dead in the eyes, and goes, if you don't leave me alone, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Holy
and he
shit.
laid immediately right back down and was asleep.
Did he remember it?
No, he did not remember doing it. And if you know him, he's a strange bird.
Yeah.
I mean, he married me. Come on. But I mean, like, he's not like a viciously mean person.
Yeah.
So it was definitely out of character.
Yeah. And the look in his eyes when he said it, it was like, I better shut the hell up or he'll do it.
Like this isn't this isn't the time to smart off.
Yeah. And I think I made him sleep somewhere else for a good solid month because I was afraid.
I don't blame you.
I don't blame you at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Now we're divorced.
Probably good.
Sleep is so weird though, because there is like it's like you're a different person. Because when I get woken up, like I'm mean. I can be so mean.
That's Trina. I'm like a puppy though. Like if I'm woken suddenly and there's a situation, I can handle it usually.
Really?
Yeah, like I've like one time I got a phone call at 4 a.m. and it like I just like dove into action. Yeah, that's fine.
No. I need a little bit. Unless it's work, then I get up 15 minutes before I need to leave and run.
That's me.
Like
no, I've got like hours in the morning before.
Oh no. I'd sleep in my clothes if they wouldn't get wrinkled for the office. I would not care.
I'm surprised you care if they get wrinkled.
I kind of don't. I was trying to be nice, but thanks for calling me out.
That was one
Appreciate
of
you.
my favorite things about being a dog groomer is I
Yeah.
could just sleep in my clothes.
Because it
And all
doesn't
I would
matter.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be disgusting when I get off of work. So who cares what I look like when I go into work?
That's true. Actually, I've heard the ghost, his wife has talked about that. That same thing. She's a dog groomer and like same thing. Shout out to Logan.
Shout out. No, all I do because I always you have to wear waterproof pants. You don't
Yeah.
have to, but I always did, and
Yeah.
trust me, it's so much better that way.
Yeah.
So I would wear shorts underneath of them, and in the morning I just had to throw on my waterproof pants, grab my grooming smock, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I like the dreads. You just wake up and it doesn't matter.
See,
I look great.
I'm
See ya.
over here. I'm over here like I got like 2 layers of product I got to do in my
No.
hair and
He's the pretty one.
Meanwhile, I haven't washed
right.
my hair in a month and a half.
I'll hear people be like, "You don't have to wash your hair every day." I'm like, "You can fuck yourself." Like, how about
Oh.
that?
That's me. I'm like, I'm really itchy. There's a problem.
There's a problem.
Maybe I should wash this. Nah.
That's how I know it's time.
Yeah.
Once you start getting itchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. Even then, I go another week. I'm like, I got it.
Just power through it.
Yeah.
Sitting there like a dog scratching yourself. But yeah, I mean, from what I could tell, that like it's still kind of a mystery as to why it happened. So I think like I saw conflicting resources. One said 10% of the population, another said 20% of the population suffers from sleep paralysis.
Really? That's
Yeah.
it?
That's it. But
Dang.
38% of people with sleep apnea suffer from it.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because with sleep apnea, you have a hard time going through the cycles.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, my doctor told me that like I don't actually get good rest because of my
I could
sleep
see that.
apnea. They're just like, yeah, you're just like you're always a little tired. I was like, yeah, I know. I'm aware.
See, where the whole thing doesn't add for me
Uh-huh.
is like, I know, like with Bethany, she doesn't see the stuff that some people say they see.
Right.
It's like the things that people are saying they're seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're way over here and they don't know this person over here or this person over here, and they're seeing the same thing. They're
Well-
describing the same thing.
Well, let's
Like-
get into that a little bit. Let's get into some of the paranormal because that's the fun part. Like the actual sleep paralysis, it's freaky, but like we're really here for the paranormal shit.
yeah, the weird.
Yeah. So there's a couple different potential paranormal explanations for it. One of the earliest is called either the old hag or the what was it? Hold on, was it the old hag or the night hag?
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard of the night hag.
Mm-hmm. And basically, like she like is like a witch that kind of comes like a lot of times like it would be like she would sit on your like the classic idea of like something sitting on your chest
Yes.
to like murder you. But that's where the word nightmare actually comes from, is the night hag.
Okay, so just going with the night hag.
Yeah.
I have the Native American Cherokee myth
Mm-hmm.
of a witch.
Mm-hmm.
And they called her the Raven Mocker, which
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. And this is like you were saying, like it's like because each culture has their own version
Yeah.
of this.
And her job was she would take the form of a spectral bird and shift into a humanoid shadow-like phantom.
Mm-hmm.
Her job was to steal the souls of the ill or dying.
Oh.
And in order to keep her away, that's why they were so obsessed with burying their dead as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Even like in battles and stuff, they
Oh.
had to bury their dead because if they didn't, she would come and steal their soul and then they could not move on.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's kind of like, doesn't that goes, wow.
That's yeah, that's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they're totally separate things.
yeah, cultural things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Now, one of my favorites though was like it was I think Albanian. It was one of the Middle Eastern countries, but like basically it was a dude It was like a dude with like a fez, you know, those like that red hat.
Yes.
Like the Aladdin hat, but the bigger one.
Yeah.
Well, he would show up, and apparently, like, you couldn't move, but like if you could break out of the spell and like get his hat, he would grant you a wish. So it's not even all bad. Like some of them were like, we're gonna put a positive spin on this shit.
Let's make it fun.
See, another one that I have is the djinn.
The djinn, yes.
The djinn. That one's really spooky. That's one of the first like folklore things.
With like
that I started looking into.
Yeah.
Well, take us into the djinn then.
The djinn, isn't it? That's the one that's basically like an evil genie.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like if Robin Williams was like not your friend.
Yeah.
More like a Jafar kind of.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. It's like when the genie Jafar. It's basically the same idea. Like he's gonna tell you shit. And he's gonna try to like swing you a certain way, but like he's not for you.
But I think the wishes always like purposely backfire with them.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they end up stealing your soul somehow in the end.
It's you gotta really specify. Like you gotta really lawyer your wish.
And that's Islamic. The jinn comes from Islamic culture.
There was another one too that was really kind of close to the jinn, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Let me see. So the Scandinavian has a bunch of like like they go into the incubus and succubus.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be totally upset if a succubus showed up though, if I'm being honest.
Like the one in South Park.
Just like a succubus.
Remember, did you ever watch Zach Baggins?
Oh yeah.
On Ghost Adventures, whenever he was saying the wrong thing and telling it to, and he was like getting the guy.
Yeah, he was getting an incubus when he wanted a succubus.
Yeah. And he's like, the incubus could just come on out and get a hold of me, and everybody was like,
Ghost
what?
Bros, man, I swear to God, like
Zach Baggins.
P.S. Zach is a tool.
Yeah, I've not heard any like good things about him. Like he's not.
Just saying, I'm using this forum to say he's a tool bag.
You can say that. Like I think we can like. We could take that approach against
I do not like him. There's so many other good ones on TV that actually are worth a shit.
Yeah.
And that is not one of them.
He just like yelled his way to the top for a while.
Yeah. And it's really sad because I kind of feel like he knows a little bit about what he's talking about, but then he was put on this platform. So he has to like fake it to make it a lot.
Yeah.
And then there's like the I don't even know the douchebaggery.
Yeah.
Cool bag.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
No. He can take his fake ass muscles and disappear.
He's just got show muscles. I can't say anything. I
imagine him putting on that He-Man outfit underneath his clothes, I'm not scared of you, ghost.
literally.
That's me though. I can relate to. Like, I'm not scared of you, ghost. Bullshit.
See, here's the thing. Like, at some point soon, we're all three of us are gonna go ghost hunting, and I'm not even gonna try to act like I'm tough. I'm gonna be like, no, I'm scared of shit. I'm not trying to
be
like
shaking.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. But I'm not gonna try to act like I'm tough.
I'm gonna wear Depends. I'm gonna piss all over myself because I'm not a fan of that. I don't like being jumped at. The jump scares are not my shtick.
I don't need a disembodied voice talking to me.
I will probably act tough.
No.
And then finally admit to being a chicken shit.
The door stopper in the bathroom at work scared me today. I mean, come on.
Well, okay, to be fair, our work building at the moment, not
it's
a great
a
building.
hot mess.
Not
I was like, that's
building.
a turd or a snake.
And it could have been either. It honestly could have been.
Yeah, that I kind of, you have a right to be scared there.
Yeah. We're not safe. Like, and we're also pretty sure the building is trying to poison us right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or the people downstairs.
How?
We're thinking it's either carbon monoxide, maybe mold, could be radon. We're not sure.
YOLO.
Mold for sure. Mold for sure. I mean, there's so many leaks.
Oh yeah, like the main stairway is just like covered in drippy leaks now because there's a giant fucking it's a whole thing. It's
and
a
a
mess.
snake infestation.
Yes.
And now there's mice.
And mice.
Oh, I love mice.
Oh,
You can
are
come hang out
no.
with them because we keep
I
finding
will.
mouse turds in the goddamn drawers.
I'll feed them and I'll tame them just like these wild kittens that I got.
Well, actually, you could do that like
No.
soon here because we're moving offices soon.
I'm out.
So.
I'd be like, here,
Fuck
mousy,
that.
mousy, mousy.
No, fuck that. No.
And they'll just like poke out with their little cute little mousy faces. Like, hey.
I tell you, no, there's little. No, fuck that.
I love them.
No. I'm out. If one of them jumps out, I'm shitting my pants and I'm out.
I do get scared when they're like fast and jumpy though.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't like stuff that's fast and jumpy, but like when they're not being fast and jumpy,
teeth.
I love them.
I don't like their beady little eyes.
I love their beady little eyes.
No, and their little
Like the-
fucking tail. Yeah.
No.
And their fucking tail. No,
The
rat
naked
tails
tail.
creep me out. That freaks me out.
I love the rat tails. I used to tug on mine. My rat's tails like little doorbells because they would hang them. They would hang them outside of their cage while they were eating, and I just walk up and go ding dong. And they start around, like, what are you doing?
I think I threw up in my mouth.
I think that's one of the reasons I don't like love possums. Like I'm cool with a possum, but like they do have that freaky tail.
Oh, I love possums.
They're okay.
Shocking.
Moving on, Shadow Man.
Moving on. Well, let's take us into. So I think like a lot of the other. Take us into there was the documentary The Nightmare. So take us into that a little bit and a lot of the stuff that was explored there because I feel like a lot of the other phenomenon that's surrounding it was really well covered in that documentary.
Right. So I was watching an Instagram post. I wish I could cite them, and whoever it was, I am so sorry. It popped up randomly. I know, popped up randomly. And it was like, if you don't want to sleep tonight, watch this.
And they were not joking.
And it was a bunch of different ones that was like, I was like, oh, it's probably stupid.
Yeah.
So it's on Amazon Prime. You can get it for free. It's called The Nightmare. You have to put the in there.
That's important.
It because other stuff comes up if you don't.
Yeah.
The Nightmare is a documentary about solely sleep paralysis and stuff that people see.
Specifically the people that are like experiencing the weird shit.
Yeah, like to the point where like while they're talking about it, they're like literally like looking behind them.
There was literally a dude that
freaking
literally
out.
was like they were just sitting there
talking and like fun and
like they got PTSD or something.
Like it was wild. Yeah, like they were totally messed up.
Yeah.
And some of them were still actively having these experiences.
Yeah.
Still. And the one guy drew pictures of like what he'd seen.
Yeah.
And they could recall like all this stuff.
All the details
and
of
another thing I noticed out of most of them is a lot of the things that they seen were like their first memories, like you can remember things when you were little, but not very much. But like these people were remembering things when they were like 3 and in their crib. And these were like the first memories of life that they could remember are these things coming into their room and they were paralyzed and messing with them.
Well, that takes me back to our interview with Matt Moniz. Shout out to Matt, we love you. But about like that being one of his first memories of like this encounter.
Yes. Yeah. And one of the guys actually
trauma definitely like causes your brain to remember stuff like way sooner than normally you would.
Yeah.
So
it's like you weren't supposed to experience that young.
Yeah.
And so it sticks with you.
Yeah, a lot of things that they were talking about were like shadow people.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
The shadow man with the hat.
The hat man.
The hat man. And then they were also describing like the gray alien style people coming in. The one guy actually described them coming over his crib and like tickling him.
Now that like why would you do
that? But not like, oh, tickle.
Oh.
It was like they were torturing him.
Yeah.
They knew he was scared.
Yeah.
And they were laughing about it.
Like they were being
he
dicks
drew
about
their
it.
faces like super smiley.
Yeah.
Like he said he just remembered like the negative feeling that he got and that they were laughing at him.
Yeah.
And whenever they would
sad.
describe the Hat Man, they would always get like this oppressive, negative feeling. And the Hat Man would either come alone or he would come with like shadow people cronies.
Well, and the Hat
that he
Man
would, like,
seems
sick on
like
them.
the Hat Man seems like upper management in this whatever hierarchy
Right.
they have.
Right.
The Hat Man actually freaks me out even more because
Yeah.
there are instances of Hat Man not during sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
That's one I can't remember exactly how far back it goes, but in California, I believe it is, they have the Dark Watchers.
Yeah.
And it's described the same way.
Like shadow people.
Yeah, it's just these tall men with wide brim hats, and it looks like they're in like a trench coat or something.
Yeah.
And you'll see them on like the ridges of mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
And like at a distance, but they just stand there and watch. They don't do anything.
Fuck
but
that
they just
though.
Yeah, they just stand there and watch. And this is that's one that, you know, it's people talk about it all the time, and it's been happening for a while, just like the Hat Man sleep paralysis guy.
Yeah. Well, fucking Aaron Rodgers, the football player, like there was a whole thing with him, like where he like refused to be alone in the locker room because like during waking hours he would start seeing the Hat Man, and it's like if he's alone, but if he was like with somebody, it would be fine. But every time he was alone, like he'd be in the parking lot, he'd see that fucking thing. Like it was like stalking him.
And it's honestly, it's so scary that we don't have like answers as to what this actually is.
Right.
Well, I found something that lists the shadow people in categories.
Okay.
Which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So category 1, this category normally falls into people that use drugs, have seizures, or on seizure medication, and they actually may not be actual shadow people at all,
because but that might actually be their
non-consistent descriptions.
Right.
So they list that as category 1. They have to list it somewhere, I guess, on the scale.
Yeah.
So category 2 is actually the ghost and spirit category.
Yeah.
They're mostly seen through shadows. They're drawn to more of a location than a person.
Yeah. So like you're like a haunted house situation.
Yeah, and it's common for this category of shadow person not to want to be seen. So that's why you see them out of your peripheral.
Yeah.
You know, because they're not there for you.
They're not
just
trying
there.
to approach. Yeah, you're just in their turf.
Right. So then we go to category 3. These are not ghost or spirit category. These are the menacing ones. So this category has 2 types of shadow people. One is a tall shadow man and several small hooded twin style shadow people.
Usually it's like they come in either 1s or 3s.
Right. And the category is more drawn to a person.
Yeah.
This is the one that's actually
you move, you're still bringing them with you.
Oh, that would suck so bad.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. They have a human-like form, but they're not described to resemble any actual individuals ever.
It's always blank.
It's always blank. Yes.
Which adds an extra layer of creepy to it.
It does.
Yeah. And light has no effect on the group.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's when it starts to get me, is there are a bunch of different entities like that light doesn't affect them, and I don't like it. I don't know. I don't understand it. Nope.
Well, it makes me think of like a lot of like, and this is why I can like usually connect this kind of stuff to like the extraterrestrial stuff, because there's a lot of like phasing, and there's a lot of like, it seems like whatever they are, they're able to like, it's like what's the guy from the Marvel, the one that's able to like, he's able to make himself either like rock solid or like completely impassable. Vision.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. He's able to like, they're able to like kind of phase in and out. That's why like the alien theory that they're not extraterrestrial, but they're extra dimensional. That's why I've been digging on that theory for the past couple years.
I think that a lot of this stuff, honestly, a lot of the paranormal and even a lot of the crypto zoology, ufology, I think a lot of it has to do with either dimensions or like just like how you can't see an infrared or whatever.
Different what's the word?
Spectrum?
Spectrums.
Yep.
Well, it says,
it
seems like a lot of this stuff is saying that they don't like to be caught.
Interesting. Okay.
You know, and it's almost like they're acting out like little children by like then fucking with you.
Yeah.
When you do see them.
Yeah.
Because it's like people, they have all this phenomena happen, but they're like keeping their eyes closed and it's not as bad, or they sleep through it and it's just like a little uncomfortable, but it's like the people that are actually seeing it are ones that have the stuff actually like happening to their physical being. Like the one guy on the documentary saying that like he consciously was paralyzed and his body stopped breathing and he thought to himself like, I have to override what is actually happening to me, or I can just go, but I have to pick one, you know. And he had to actually like overthink to get like his diaphragm
consciously
and his body to
breathe. Consciously like that.
And like, and he was little, like preteen, small kid. Like it's crazy.
Well, and it also takes me into like, you know, like why are they chosen? Which again, it makes me feel like there is a playful nature to it, but there seems to be a purposeful nature. Like some people seem to be chosen for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like a shark biting you. Like it's just trying to see what you are, but it just doesn't have hands, so it's using its mouth. So it's not fun for you, but it's fun for him.
So are you thinking it's more like they don't know like what they're doing, or do you think it's more agenda based? Because I think it's more agenda based personally.
I feel like with the negative, oppressive feeling that most people get, it would have to be an agenda behind it.
Yeah.
But the people that just see like the flits and the things over here, I think maybe those are more just like,
I feel like
see what's going on.
That might be more of like a Beetlejuice situation, like where there's like an entity that's just like, you know what, I'm gonna just like, but
just like okay, so let's just say we're going with the other dimensional.
Yes.
Okay. There's good and bad people here.
That's true.
Why couldn't there be good and bad people wherever they're at?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I definitely subscribe to that for sure.
Maybe the Hat Man is the, you know, Jack the Ripper.
He's a dick.
You know, and the other thing is like Gacy walking around, you know, just playing with the kids here and there, and then sometimes he wants to kill something. You know?
I was waiting for you to get to where Gacy was bad there, because I thought you were trying to paint like
no.
That's a good dude right there.
Yeah.
No. Well, I mean,
he was a clown.
Yeah.
He made people smile.
But he made them smile and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And then he swooped in.
Then he tricked them into letting him strangle them.
Right. Like the Greys that they described. Like, hey, tickle, and now we're going to fuck you up.
Well, and that to me, like, okay, so like, getting into the idea of the Greys, like, because I definitely think that there could be potentially an alien presence with this whole thing, especially after what Matt said on that interview about how like they would phase just walk right through a wall. So having that ability, I would definitely say like, you know, like, let's talk about like the human hybrid, the alien human hybrid program, where like they're trying to like figure out kids, because there's been a lot of instances where like a person will like report that like they've gone through a full pregnancy with the Greys, and then the Greys are literally just standing there like, here, fucking hold this or touch it, and they're studying them because they don't understand like what to do. So like the idea of like, okay, let's just go tickle this fucking kid. You guys want to tickle this kid?
Yeah,
let's see what happens.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of like, let's roll the dice and see what works. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Like, yeah, like, okay, it's like we fucked up this last situation. Like, maybe like
they're sociopaths.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're the sociopath is going, okay, they're crying. Maybe I should try that.
Well, I kind of feel like it's like a scientist with a monkey. They don't necessarily feel like this is like a lesser being, and that's how they see it. So it's like probably more of a convenience thing of like, or even just like seeing like what makes us tick. at certain ages and shit.
Oh yeah, that could definitely be the case because it's something that we do.
Yeah,
we do it.
Exactly.
It's not
why
something
wouldn't
that's completely off the table?
Exactly. Why wouldn't another like species do it?
The way that I always look at like anything extraterrestrial and like why they're doing what they're doing, I just look at the way we treat apes.
Yes.
Because
like
it's
not necessarily because of cruelty, but cruelty definitely has a place in it.
Yeah.
Right.
And even if it's just for scientific wonder.
Yeah, or just pure ignorance. They don't know, and then, they're tickling this baby. They seen the parents do it. The baby loved it when the parents did it.
Yeah. Why isn't it like it?
Why doesn't it like us?
Yeah. tickle.
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't tickle enough.
Yeah, let's tickle more. Let's smile at it.
Yeah, I don't. But see, another thing is none of them ever described the stuff that they seen going through a wall or through something. It was always coming out of a door.
A lot of the doors, like the door open. Yeah.
Or they could see the silhouette behind those creepy, weird closet doors that have like like
oh, I hate those. I hate those.
Like that kind of
not
stuff.
A fan.
And it was never like they materialized. I think the only one that said something materialized was it went from a blob and grew into a shadow person in front of her. Like it got to her bed.
Yeah.
She felt the pressure on the bed and then it grew into something.
That could have been a situation where she like saw more than she was supposed to, like something she wasn't supposed to see.
Yeah. And then they went, "Oh, you seen me? Fuck this."
Because
What's that movie with the tooth fairy?
See, you said about that the other day. I thought you meant The Rock, Tooth Fairy.
No.
There's a Tooth Fairy movie with Kirstie Alley. Is that the one you mean?
No, it's scary. It's a scary movie.
Oh,
I didn't know she made a Tooth Fairy movie.
Yeah, she was a Tooth Fairy. I guess she had died, and to get to heaven, she had to like do.
You gotta put in work.
Essentially, community service.
So she picked Tooth Fairy.
So she was a Tooth Fairy. I don't know if she picked it or not. I don't remember.
I want to say it's Darkness Falls or something like that.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where this spirit is the Tooth Fairy. That's what they called her. She was a witch and she died. They burned her at the stake. And she came back and she would collect the teeth when you put it under your pillow. But if you seen her, she would stalk you until she killed you.
Yeah.
And so you had to stay in the light because she couldn't get you if you were in the light.
Couldn't come out of the darkness.
Yeah, she couldn't come out of the darkness.
That actually sounds really familiar. I may have seen that movie, but I don't know.
Two in one episode?
I know. It's like Christmas.
I know, right?
But like that movie scared the shit out of me.
Well, I mean, if you stop and think about it, like the Tooth Fairy in itself is a very
invasive.
I mean, it's a very fey-like creature. Like, we make a deal with this fucking thing, it's gonna bring you a couple bucks for your fucking tooth.
Yeah, it's the tooth part that gets me because, like, I am somebody that I hate teeth. Like, when my kids lose their teeth, they know to wrap it up and put it in a bag first before they come and tell me that they lost, because it just, I think I hate teeth.
Well, that's why you don't want to do meth.
Exactly.
Well, if you hate teeth, though, I mean, I guess
that would be great.
That's why you start doing meth.
Meth is the cure. But I think it was the Blair Witch movie that really messed me up with teeth.
Oh yeah, because there was like the one part where he had his teeth bashed out and they just found the teeth. Oh,
found the teeth. Oh,
yeah.
The only thing I really recall from that one is when she has like the snot running out of her nose.
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
So scared right now.
That was such good acting, though.
That was.
I was convinced that this was a real thing that happened for so long.
I was friends with the ghost back then, and him and I went and saw it, and he's like, the entire time, like, this is actual found footage. I'm like, then why are there fucking credits at the end?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I didn't put together a lot of I was in middle school, I think.
Yeah.
I think we all would have been in middle school, wouldn't we?
God, we're old as fuck.
We really are.
I'm not. I tell people that I'm 27 and sometimes they believe me.
Well, of all of us, you do look like you could pull off 27 more than the rest of us.
Evidently, Justin is the oldest one at the office.
Some bullshit.
Damn.
Bullshit is what that is.
Our
Okay,
youngest
Grandpa.
coworker said that he looked the oldest.
Damn.
Yeah, not a great day. Not a
That's
great day.
rough. I would definitely be causing issue. I'm going to HR.
She probably. I don't
Okay.
know if we have an HR actually. She probably thinks that I'm going through a midlife crisis right now.
You're probably going through a midlife crisis right now.
I mean, I have redone my hair. I've started to like make my style a little bit more flashy.
Next, you're gonna buy a sports car.
I'm not
and
against
that's
it. I'm not against. No,
I'm
can't
for
get
it.
rid of that.
I'm definitely going through a midlife crisis. So
Yeah, I think I'm just going through a
Fine with it.
crisis.
Yeah,
yeah,
I get behind that.
Yeah,
but I think as millennials, like I'm pretty sure that's just what that's our thing.
yeah. Like we've gone
Like-
through crisis after crisis. Why not? Just-
Existential crisis.
yeah, like we watched like the fucking world get attacked like when we were in middle school.
You know what bugs me the most about that?
Or was it high school?
No, I was in high school. So
I was in
school.
ninth grade. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in ninth grade.
Yep.
What bugs me the most about that is the fact that why was it every school across the country decided to air this
Mm-hmm.
for everybody to watch?
Yeah.
What?
Mhm. Yeah.
And
I mean, I guess
we
it
were
was-
actually told we couldn't watch it. They had it turned off. But I was in civics class, and my teacher's husband worked at the Pentagon,
Oh.
and she had it
Ooh.
on. She goes, "I do not give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm turning it on," and she kept calling and calling and
Yeah.
calling, trying
Oh,
to get a
God,
hold of her
that's
husband.
So scary.
In
We
such a
had-
panic.
We had an assembly and they put it on when it was happening, and we saw the second plane hit.
Yep. Yeah, we watched that happen too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I honestly can't remember what parts of it that I saw. I just remember it was chaos.
Yeah.
Because I guess there was a lot of people freaking out because there was a plane that had gone down in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Mhm.
In the field.
Which-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shanksville.
which it wasn't far from. I guess it wasn't far from. I
don't think
fully
we're
know.
super far from Shanksville.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think we are, but it wasn't enough to like get us.
Yeah. Everybody was really scared at my school about it though. And like people were picking their kids up. They just had everybody like it was lunch.
Mhm.
And the kids were in the cafeteria, and some kids, like the band kids, were hanging out in the band room. And
Yeah.
it was just chaos at my school.
My mom
It
was
so
totally
crazy.
out of touch. Like she's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" I was like, "You don't know?"
Dude, no,
Listen.
we were nervous at, like, because like where I was at was like one of the biggest like military installation areas
Oh,
on the East
scary.
Coast. So like there was a lot of like we are in danger right now.
Yeah. My dad was a paranoid schizophrenic.
Yeah. So that was a great day for him.
That was an interesting time.
I bet.
That's when I think that was when he really started collecting jugs of water in our basement.
Huh.
Like
yeah.
signs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got
Oh, yeah.
amoebas in it. I can't drink that.
It's contaminated.
This is contaminated.
It was definitely interesting. But it wasn't what group was that? I can't think of the name right now.
Al Qaeda.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
the
wasn't
Taliban.
it wasn't the Taliban or whatever. It was China,
Oh.
according to my dad. I don't know.
So he was like one of the first people to have some wackadoodle theories with that.
Oh yeah.
Good
Oh,
for
yeah, I was-
him. What a
I was-
trendsetter.
Oh my god.
I was raised in it.
What
I
a
know.
trend to set.
I know where my crazy came from.
That's fair. That's fair.
Thanks, Dad.
Dude, there was like on a lighter note of the whole thing, there was a situation when there was a divorce that was caused by it because like this guy worked in one of the towers and he was cheating on his girlfriend and he was like sleeping in her house and he called off that day and she called him, "Are you
remember that.
okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm in the office right now." She's like, "Are you?"
Are you?
I remember
Are
hearing
you?
about that. Like, actually, funny story. I know that you're not
What
Bad
a
day.
fucked up way to get
just chilling.
dude. That's
I was actually
stupid.
I was watching. There's a bunch of new like 9/11 footage that's being released right now,
Yeah.
and I was watching through a bunch of it. Oh,
But tinfoil hat time.
Tinfoil hat.
Where the fuck's it been? Like what?
I know. That's what a lot
How
of
do
people
you
are
get
saying.
has it-
footage?
was it-
like Biggie and Tupac still making music? They're dead.
No,
Are they dead?
no. That one I can explain that one. They put together so at least Tupac, he was trying to get out from under the record contract he was in. So he was just making album after album, like as much material as he could just to get like satisfy the contract to get out of it. So that's why there's a fuck ton
We're
of
going
post-sequels.
hypothetical, Justin. Come on now.
Yeah.
With me.
My bad.
He's still alive.
My
I wouldn't
gosh.
be surprised,
My
honestly. There's a lot of celebrities that have died that I wouldn't be surprised if they are still alive. Could
Yeah.
you imagine being a celebrity? I would fake my death.
I don't know.
I don't want to be followed around.
I mean, I feel like part of this show is trying to get to a certain level of celebrity. So
Listen, but I'm talking
Nobody's
like
gonna be following our ass around.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm talking the like
you
paparazzi
can't go
follow
you
you
can't go
everywhere.
out to
You
a
can't fart
restaurant.
without somebody saying
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're getting crotch shots getting out of a car level.
Yeah,
of
that's
I
a
mean, like,
level
I'm
that's-
into that. Let's go.
Yeah. It's true. It's like, what's up?
You really want to see it? Sure. Let's get
I'll
out some
fucking
beef
you know what?
jerky.
I'll fucking charge you for it. How about that?
Yeah. Meat binder. We need it.
We have gotten hella off topic.
Hell yeah, that's what we're good
That's what
at.
we do. We ADHD out every single time. Anybody got anything else to add to it?
I don't think I do.
I
All
mean, yeah. I mean, the only thing I can say is I actually recall seeing a shadow person
Yeah?
when I was smaller.
Oh shit.
I was it's also one of my earliest memories
Yeah.
that I have.
So
I had my parents separated when I was 4.
Mhm.
So it had to be before that because
Yeah.
they were still together. And I seen a witchy style like profile, but it had a hat.
Oh.
And it like went across my wall towards me.
Oh wow.
And I just remember screaming and crying and from my mother.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything before it, and I don't remember anything after it. I just remember it happening.
That actually reminds me of something that happened to my sister.
Oh shit.
Vaguely.
Now you and your sister have had some experiences anyway.
Yeah, we've definitely seen some shit.
Yeah.
There was one night, it might have been like a sleep paralysis thing.
Mhm.
Well, she was awake, but she was like, we were talking.
Yeah.
And she just kept saying, who's in the kitchen? Who's in the kitchen?
Yeah.
And I don't see anybody, right?
Could you
And she-
see the kitchen?
Yeah, I
From
could
where
see
you
the
were at.
kitchen. I
Okay.
could see the kitchen. And I didn't see anything. And she's like, why are they folding my socks?
Whoa.
And I'm like, the fuck? Tell me why we woke up in the morning and the socks were folded on the kitchen table.
No.
It wasn't even a place. Listen, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. It was
No
that wasn't even where like our dad put our folded clothes when they were ready to get put up.
Yeah.
He would put them on the couch
Yeah.
or in the living room, not on the kitchen table.
How do I get shadow people to do this shit for me?
I don't know.
Just
You can
looking
have them.
I gotta look behind me now. 'Cause
Literally.
Okay, nobody in here. Just checking.
It was so scary. And she said it was
Gotta
a
get my
woman.
sage out.
I need something. At this point though, I'm convinced that this is just what's gonna happen to me is a bunch of weird shit.
Mhm.
That's why
You could have
that's
an
why
attachment. You could have an
Oh.
attachment of some sort.
Yeah.
I actually wonder that if I do, because like I was telling Justin about my mom's house.
Mhm.
And there was what I believe is a
Yeah.
spirit of a little girl
Yeah.
that was there. And when I moved out of there, they stopped having, and she was active.
Yeah.
Like opening pantry doors.
She was like a playful one.
Yeah.
This must be Justin's sounding board week for weird experiences because I
Literally.
was just telling him about my brother
Yeah.
who lives in our grandmother's house. Our grandmother passed there. My grandfather passed there. It's always been, and it's just grandma's house. Like
Yeah.
we didn't really think about it. And Dean's, I don't know. He's like, he believes in stuff, but he's not like, oh my God, you know?
Yeah.
But he's been having a lot of stuff like really happening to him to the point where he's telling my mom, like, so this is really sketching me out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about this.
It
know?
weirds me out that people that have experiences generally have more than one.
Oh yeah. It's always a series of them. It's never just an isolated
His is
thing.
the same stuff happening over and over.
The pattern like that freaks me the fuck out.
Over again. Yeah.
That's what makes me feel like there's an agenda.
But see, this is the thing, is he never sees anybody.
Yeah.
Like, he never sees anything.
So they're mischievous and they're just fucking with him a little bit.
I mean, like, our grandmother was like that. She was, I had a psychic reading.
Yeah.
Hip Gypsy Emporium. Look them up.
I love
Plug.
Hip Gypsy rules.
I love Hip Gypsy.
Stacy is an amazing medium. Hopefully we can get her on the show.
Absolutely.
She said she's open for it, and I'm hoping that we can do that one day.
Yeah.
But I had a reading with her, and she actually said, you know, has your grandmother passed recently? And I was like, as a matter of fact, she has.
Yeah.
And she says, was she like strange? She have like a really weird sense of humor.
It's like,
and I was
have
like,
we met? Like, yeah, like this.
And
I didn't
was
just
like,
turn out this way. Like,
as a matter of fact, she does.
Yeah.
She goes, well, she keeps singing me, abracadabra. I'm gonna reach out and grab you.
I like that song.
The night before, Ty and I, my boyfriend and I, were talking about how if grandma would ever haunt us, she would be the kind of person that would hide behind a corner and be like,
yeah,
fucking loser. You know,
that's gonna be
you
me.
Wiener.
Yeah,
you know,
literally.
And I said, you know, she would be one of those like crazy ghosts that just jump out and scare you just for gigs.
Yeah.
And then she sang that song to Stacy about reaching out and grabbing you.
Yeah.
Right after we had talked about that. And it's like, okay.
That's some wild shit, dude.
That is wild. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mediums are one that.
I mean, there's some medium stuff that I think is a bunch of bullshit.
Oh yeah,
sure.
There's definitely people that take advantage of essentially people trying to grieve or mourn. People definitely
or just find answers.
Yeah.
But I definitely 150% believe like there are mediums and they I don't know what it is, but there's something.
100%.
Something.
But she's definitely spot on.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
But I think I kind of have an attachment, like a darker attachment.
Yeah.
Since Ty's ex-wife has died.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think she because I've had a lot more issues with anxiety and depression. I've never that type of person before.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been anxious, but it's like extra. And she was bipolar and she was depressed, obviously.
Yeah.
Because she took her own life. And but ever since then, I've had more of an issue with that kind of stuff. So and I was in the house after she died, and I'm now taking care of her children. And she was the first person to come through on my mediumship reading. And it's just wild how this stuff happens.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Oh yeah.
So, but not to go rogue again.
No, that's what we do. We go rogue.
Yeah, we go rogue. Yep.
That's all we do.
It's basically the whole podcast.
It's at least half of it.
Yeah, at least.
I don't know. I
Can
feel
we
like
use any of this?
Oh yeah, we're gonna use all this. It's all gonna make it. It's all gonna make
it. That's our charm.
Exactly. That's why people stay. They stay for the tangents.
Yeah, they're like they go along with us.
Exactly. We take them on a journey.
Because they have the crazy brains too.
It's right.
Shadow people, no joke. Don't fuck with it.
Literally.
Like don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah. Well, everyone at home, don't fuck with that. If you're having problems, I don't know who the fuck to call. Don't call me.
I know.
I don't know how to deal with that. But
like house cleansing, you can.
Yeah.
But see, because some of them are attached to places and some of them are attached to people. So you got to find out what kind of
And depending on what it actually is, it might not even help, because if it's extraterrestrial, the sage ain't gonna stop that.
Nope.
No.
It's definitely a subject that like this is one of the subjects that it definitely freaks me out a little bit more than I don't want to say it doesn't interest me, but it freaks me out more than it interests me.
I'm definitely gonna have to I'm gonna have to decompress with something stupid after this for sure. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody at home, I hope you all sleep good tonight, and I hope you don't have any encounters with the Shadow Man or his little.
And check out The Nightmare.
Check out The Nightmare, very good show. Check out Hip Gypsy Emporium. They are friends of the show. And let's see. So we got to go through all this. I swear to God, one of you guys is going to have to do this at some point, but it's going to be again today. So
I'm going to practice it too.
Hell yeah. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think. If you want to say hi, a little bit more anonymously, just send us an email, weirdwidepodcast@gmail.com. You can find the show on TikTok and Insta, and that's going to be at weirdwidepod. Both our Insta and our TikTok. Look, you know what? Every creator I know has been in a slump lately, so we haven't been feeding that much. We're going to be working on that. That's coming, but support that. Go ahead and follow that. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at dudestweirdo. Bethany, Ashley, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at bethany.gets.weird.
I have a TikTok, but I don't know what it is, because somebody set it up for me.
We're gonna have to get you talking at some point.
But Instagram, I'm at Ash Meredith.
Perfect. If you like what you're hearing, please feel free to leave a review. I know you can do it on Apple. Still have not figured out where to find them on Spotify, but apparently you can leave them on Spotify as well. So leave a review and tell your friends. Don't forget also to go to our official website, www.weirdwide.com. That's our official home on the interwebs. You can find information on the show, every episode that's been released. If you sign up for the newsletter, we'll get episodes sent directly to you. What a fucking deal. You don't even have to work for it. We'll send them right to you.
We do all the work.
That's right. I don't even know what we're doing. What we got coming up next week. We've all been in a little bit of a slump. We've all been tired, but I'm feeling good after getting this episode cranked out. Yeah, so we don't even fully know what we're going to be doing next week, but you know what? When we know, you'll know. Also, at some point soon, just let everybody know while we're talking about everything, I've done the Unhinged movie series exclusively with the ghosts in the past. I'm going to start doing that more as a rotating guest thing. It'll be me talking about weird movies. So Ashley will be on some of those. I know Ty is going to be wanting to come on some. So look for those. I'm excited about that because I'm going to get to do more of those because the ghosts can't commit to doing as many as I'd like. So everybody look for that. And yeah, until next week, we love you all. Stay weird.